Hello and welcome to Firearm Freedom. In today's video, we're going to talk about a little bit of a debatable topic, which is appendix carry. Those of you who've been watching my channel know that I just somewhat recently, probably about 4 or 5 months ago, switched from the traditional kind of 4 o'clock position of carry to the right 12 o'clock position in appendix carry. I've been seeing more and more videos recently, I won't name any channel names or anything like that, about people like really bashing appendix carry and how dangerous it is and how nobody should do it and only stupid people do it. And I think this is a really dumb way to look at appendix carry. That's kind of my opinion on the topic personally. The main reason that I chose appendix carry versus the traditional 4 o'clock carry was that even what I used to carry, which was a Glock 26. Now, this is a really good sized gun for carry. Obviously, it was small to the point where I could conceal it somewhat easily. But even in that 4 o'clock position, when I did things like bend over, go to grab something, reach up to go to get something, this part right here would really stick out fast. Now, pretty much obviously wherever you're carrying on your body, you're going to have somewhat of that problem, especially when you reach up to grab something. But I really had it more in this position. Now, before even going really in depth into anything, any way that you guys carry is going to be specifically decided by you. You're the person that's carrying the gun. So everybody's body type is going to be a little bit different, and how they carry what's comfortable for them is going to be different as well. For me, I have a little bit of a smaller profile around the waist, so anything on that 4 o'clock position changed it to the point where it was really difficult for me to conceal anything at all. Even this size of a handgun was kind of difficult, and it was very frustrating. So I basically got the older holster that you guys saw previously in other videos and started carrying appendix. From there, I realized that the Glock 26 immediately became invisible. Now, I'm not talking about this weird, like, middle of your leg appendix carry. When I say appendix, I mean 12 o'clock. That's what I prefer to carry, and to be completely honest with you, I don't even know how appendix carry in this position would be comfortable at all. Obviously, as you guys can see, one, the gun really is pointed right towards my femoral artery. Two, it is directly impacting my leg every time I move it at all. Sitting down with it, it's going to go right into my leg. And I find the people that come into my shop that immediately say, oh, I've tried appendix, it's super uncomfortable. I'll ask them, well, where were you carrying? And they will generally immediately say right in this like 1 to 2 o'clock position here. Again, me personally, I can't do this at all. That never was even a thought in my head that that would be comfortable, so I never tried it. I immediately went to that 12 o'clock position with my new holster now, the T.rex arm sidecar. Now, again, in this 12 o'clock position, everything naturally falls right in between your legs so that when you're bending down, when you're going to grab something, when you're doing really any normal task, nothing really changes at all. Where your pants line, I mean, unless you're really sagging your pants, if your pants are in a normal line, everything should feel somewhat normal, especially if you don't really have, big belly up in the front. I've even seen larger people carrying appendix, but obviously the more you have up front, the more difficult and more kind of uncomfortable it's going to be, which is why I was saying it's not right for everybody. For me, it works out perfectly because, as you guys can see, I can conceal a full-size handgun and an additional magazine. It's my choice to conceal a full-size handgun. I prefer that. I shoot it better. I like having more capacity because why not? But the biggest thing is that I shoot the gun better. I'm much more confident when I draw this gun out of the holster, being that it's a full-size handgun, than I am a smaller handgun. So again, I see a lot of benefits with carrying a gun like this versus a smaller handgun like the Glock 26 or even something smaller. On top of that, again, because I can and I don't even know the gun is there at all. I'm not just telling you guys that just for the sake of the video. I literally do not feel this holster there on a day-to-day basis. So not only is it super concealable, but I don't feel that it's there, and I'm carrying a very large gun with no additional stress to me at all. Moving back to the biggest concern that people have, mainly guys that have this concern, is, man, I'm going to blow my junk off. I almost feel like that's why a lot of them will carry in the 1 to 2 o'clock, so it's not pointed right at themselves there. Obviously, guys, you are grazing yourself all day, every day when the gun is in this holster. There's no way of getting around that, and that is somewhat of a risk if you don't know what you're doing. If you're a beginner, you've never carried a gun before, and basically what I'm going to say to you, if you are a beginner, you've never carried a gun before, and you're not confident with yourself, you really should not be carrying a gun at all. Anywhere on your body that you have a negligent discharge, whether it's pointed in a safe direction or pointed not, it's not going to be a good situation at all. You could be looking at legal repercussions. You could be looking at potentially harming somebody. The bullet just doesn't stop if it hits a wall or anything like that. So you cannot afford to have that accident anywhere that the gun is. And if we have a solid holster, whether that be this holster, a Kydex holster, or anything that's very, very sturdy that covers the trigger guard completely, we have to have a good holster. Our finger always has to be completely high and off that trigger until we're ready to shoot. And me personally, I like to look down the holster, make sure my garment is completely clear. I slowly lower the gun into the holster and make sure it's seated, and we're good to go on our way. I think a lot of people don't understand that if you really think you're gonna have that much of an issue where you're gonna just draw this gun and immediately place your finger on the trigger, or you're gonna put it into the holster, or you're gonna buy a crappy holster that's bent over on the top, you're gonna holster it without looking and shoot yourself, you might not wanna be carrying a gun at all. In any way, shape, or form. You might want to look into getting more training. If you're having issues with the 4 o'clock, if you have to go to a micro size handgun, or else you don't think you're going to be able to conceal it unless you're wearing a trench coat, maybe try to move it to other positions on your body, whether that be appendix, whether that be 1 or 2 o'clock. It doesn't matter. Just find something that really works for you. I'm going to end this video out now. Basically, the moral of the story is carry appendix if you want to. Don't listen to these videos who are telling you that you're basically the stupidest person on earth for wanting to carry appendix. The risks are through the roof. Does it have higher risks? Yeah, absolutely. If a mistake were to happen, it would be more catastrophic. In my opinion, though, that mistake should never happen, as I've stated multiple times. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more great videos to come soon.